Hey loves, it's Britt, and in this video I'm talking about the moon sextile or trine to Saturn in the composite chart. So the chart of the relationship. The composite or the Davison chart is kind of like the natal chart for the relationship itself, what you become together. Let's talk about this awesome aspect. This is one of my favorite aspects to see in the composite or Davison chart. It manifests really nicely. So let's talk about this. So the moon in the composite chart shows the combined emotional state, how you feel together as a couple, the feminine energy or part of the feminine energy of the couple, the emotional fulfillment or lack thereof. And Saturn shows what you're growing towards as a couple, the purpose of the relationship, the commitment, or lack thereof. And like I always say, it's very rare, not impossible, but very rare to see a relationship that ever becomes something without some Saturnian aspects at play. This would be one of the ones that could cause a commitment. It definitely makes both people feel like they have a purpose together. And there's a level of emotional caring for each other that's very strong. It's not flowery or romantic necessarily. It doesn't provide like that feeling of like a romantic high, like a Neptune or like a Pluto aspect in the composite chart would, but it provides a very enduring, long lasting caring for each other. And this caring can go beyond a breakup, like you could break up and still remain friends with this aspect or still remain connected because the level of caring was not fake. It was very real, and you make each other, you activate in each other a very sober level of caring that's like, it's actually, I mean, it's emotional, but it's actually not so emotional that you need to stay in a relationship to care, right? It's like the level of caring is so strong and so like matter of fact with Saturn, right? It's like down to business, it's practical that you don't actually need this person to, be what you want them to be, or, like it's not a controlling level of caring. You can actually end up still caring about them long after the relationship ends. Or if it's a friendship, you can really look out for each other, and maybe you're not always together, or you're not always in agreement about every little thing. This doesn't show that, like, it doesn't show necessarily that we're similar or on the same page, but it shows that we can put all that aside to just care for each other or look out for each other. Or, if someone's in need and maybe you haven't even seen them in 10 years, but you've got this moon trine Saturn and they need you, and you come through in some practical way. It's not flowery, it's not romantic, but it's like, if you need me, I'm there, kind of thing, right? And maybe they don't ever need you, but with this one that you can count on them in most cases. So, yeah, it's a really nice one to see. On the negative side, it is still a Saturn aspect. There can still be, as much as you do care for each other, it can still be hard to show it when you have this aspect. It's not like instinctual for you to share how you feel together. It's more common to put how you feel to the side to deal with the practical considerations that you need to deal with. So, on the negative, it can still seem that you as a couple are very restricted in your expression. Even though it's a trine, it's like you're able to put feelings to the side, um, even put passion to the side if there's other things going on that you have to deal with, as shown by Saturn. So that could be the negative of this aspect, is that while it's very enduring, it's very long lasting, it's very caring on a practical level, it's also not the most emotionally showy aspect. And you could have other things going on that would show that actually you can express yourself very well emotionally, or you are excited, you are flowery, you could have other stuff going on that would show that. But this aspect does tend to cool things and make it more practical, make it more stable, make it more, focused on, okay, how can we really, benefit each other in this moment? It's excellent for a working relationship because it naturally does, almost in a sense, feel like a business partnership. And that's how you can keep this going, even like if you break up or something and you get in a new relationship, and you almost don't even count this person as an ex, because it's just like, no, this is someone who, for a very practical reason, is going to stay in my life, right? And some people wouldn't have that type of attitude towards relationships in general, but like people with air sign dominance, or people that are naturally friends with exes, like this relationship, you could stay friends because it's almost like more practical to do so, right? For some people, maybe Scorpio placements, they're like, what are you talking about? I would never do that. Okay, if you wouldn't naturally do that, this aspect won't make you do that. But if you're someone that does naturally like to stay friends, Aquarian energy, you would have this aspect and you would have no problem with that, right? But with that being said, there's also no reason why this relationship couldn't last. This is one of those sticky, binding aspects that could really overcome a lot of other difficulties, right? Like maybe you've got a Uranus square or something that would show that a relationship would not be long lasting, but then you've got Moon trine Saturn, and you know what? You make it work. And you feel good about making it work. You want to make it work. There's such a purpose in this. There's so many good practical reasons why this can work. So you're going to put that difference aside when you have this aspect. This one I would consider like a saving grace aspect. Trines to the moon in the composite chart feel so good to be existing in your relationship. It feels very safe. It feels very like home, and this one, it feels like, Saturn can also represent kind of a parental energy. You could be kind of reparenting each other's inner child with this one. You could really be helping each other feel more stability in life. Like, let's say if you didn't grow up with a feeling of stability in your life, which most of us have not had perfect parents, right? We've had experiences, we've have, natal squares, oppositions, in conjuncts, or even conjunctions to our moon in our natal chart, and we just don't feel rooted, we don't feel grounded into this planet, right? This aspect can help you heal that and feel safe in this planet. Root chakra, grounding into the earth, knowing your place. This relationship can make you feel like you've found your place in the world. As far as that fourth house, the moon, the rootedness, that deep inner child part of you feels safe with the moon trine to Saturn, or sextile to Saturn. The trine is more powerful in this case. It's stronger, it's more inherent. But the sextile is also really nice. You have the potential to make all of this a reality with a little bit of effort. And it's potentially more noticeable because you're working on it with the sextile. You also can combine really nicely to work together on something that is emotionally meaningful for you with this aspect. It's like the tried and true. It's not so harsh as the conjunction that there's like that inescapable feeling of like, well, we have to be together whether we want to or not, that we can sometimes see with the conjunction. This one is more like if we do decide to be together, it's very worthwhile, and it's easy to make each other feel safe and supported, and like we're there for each other. We're really there for each other with this beautiful aspect. So I'd love to know your experience of this aspect. If you have had it in your composite or Davison chart, let me know in the comments. And yeah, thanks for your requests, you guys. Keep them coming in the comments, and we'll talk soon. Love you guys. Bye.